Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Amawam Rakar, coming at you with another lesson, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakar, Kudash. Double honors, as always, we give to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, and peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Teaching this word in truth and sincerity, unlike this man we're about to see, this deceiver called Marvin Winans. Now he's got these people up in the churches, man, and they're paying thousands of dollars, man. They're doing it because that's what they're doing. They're paying this man thousands of dollars because he's preaching this prosperity doctrine, man. Asking for $1,000, $2,000 tithes, man, or offerings. But let's play it first, and we'll get the scriptures, man. It's not going to be too deep because it doesn't need to be. But we got to call out these devils, man. These devils in disguise, and we got to call out our people, man, because they're falling for this crap. Foolish, simple. And so like before it starts, it says defenders of the faith, man. We're the defenders of the faith because we understand what the faith is. We understand its truth, man. These people don't. All right. They understand it in part, in very small parts.
Roberta McCoy, giving faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do. Because we got in a habit of giving $3, $2 to when we first started. This is the truth. When we first started,
look at this guy in his three-piece suit with the double-breasted waistcoat and all of that, man, and his bald head and his bald face. This is wicked beyond belief, man. You're talking to people who, for the most part, are poor people, man. We're under the curses, man. And then you're asking these, and you know how foolish they are. That's why you're doing it. You're asking them for $2,000 for what? Where's that money going to, man? What is it going into the church? Into the building of the church? Because what is it going to the? Because remember, that's the tithing is for the Levites, man. All right, I'm gonna get the scripture on that, but the tithing is for the Levites, man. It's not for you to be buying your fancy suits and your fancy car and your jewelry and whatever else you're doing with the dough, man. The woman foolishly gave him over $1,200, man, and says she's going to work on the other 800. That's how wrapped up these people are, man. And that's why the churches are mostly full of women, because they're foolish, man. They don't have any wisdom.
I would work in the back counting. I came out of church one Sunday. I said, well, the bank don't have no dollar bills because all the saints got all of them. No, that's what I say. The bank don't have no dollar bills. The saints got them.
Wait. Let me stroke that back a minute. So let me just take that back.
That's what I say. The bank don't have no dollar bills. The saints got them. I came out of church one Sunday. I said, well, the bank don't have no dollar bills because all the saints got all of them.
Oh, the saints got the dollar bills up there. I don't think that's correct.
Bank don't have no dollar bills. The saints.
This first and foremost, the saints are the Israelites, but most importantly, right now, that's the elect, man, and the elect are working towards the reward in the kingdom. Not now. The reward is not for now, right? You know, those that have their riches and fame and fortune in this world, they already have their reward, man. Right? The reward that they don't want to get is coming, which is those missiles, man. Right? Let me get a preset, man. And I'll jump back on this. Yeah. Luke 12:22, right? And it says, and he said unto his disciples, therefore I say unto you, take no thought, and this is Yahweh Shai, right? Take no thought of your life, what ye shall eat, neither for the body what ye shall put on. The life is more than meat, and the body is more than raiment. Consider the ravens, for they neither sow nor reap, which neither have storehouse nor barn, and the Most High Yahweh feedeth them. How much more are ye better than the fowls? So he's saying that, look, man, if I'm taking care of the creatures, the beasts of the earth, man, how more am I going to take care of my saints, man? You know, those that follow me. Those that hearken unto my word, right? And it says, and which of you with taking thought can add to his stature 1 cubit? If ye then be not able to do that thing which is least, why take ye thought for the rest? Consider the lilies how they grow, they toil not, they spin not, and yet I say unto you that Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. You know, reading on it says, if then Yahweh so clothe the grass which is today in the field and tomorrow is cast into the oven, how much more will he clothe ye, O ye of little faith? And seek not what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, neither be ye of doubtful mind. For all these things do the nations of the world seek after, and your Father knoweth that ye have need of these things. So we're supposed to rely on Yahweh Hashem Shai, and you know, we're not supposed to be up in the churches, you know, handing thousands of dollars or pounds or whatever you want to do or use over to these preachers in order to get blessings, man. You pray to Yahweh Hashem Shai for that, right? That's who you pray to, the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? It says, but rather seek ye the kingdom of the Most High, and all these things shall be added unto you. Right? So, and it says, fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. So we're supposed to be waiting on that. What the fuck? Slacker, I'm trying to hold my anger, but what the hell are these people doing up in the church, handing money over to a man in order to receive blessings from a man, in order for what? To receive prosperity on this earth? What, don't they want the kingdom of heaven then? What are they there for, man? That's it, what they're there for. They're there to make themselves feel like they're doing something righteous, but they're not doing anything righteous. They sit up in there, listen to the man tell them what to do. You know, he doesn't encourage the reading of the scriptures. He reads it for what he wants to read. And half the time they don't even, and more than half of the time they're not even reading any precepts, man. They're just talking. And talking at their ass. we're supposed to. Here's another thing as well. We don't even know the name of the Lord. So who, let's get this Proverbs 18:10, and it's like why am I in Psalms? Pay attention. Proverbs 18:10. Again, it says, "The name of the Lord Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe." So we get our protection. We get our, all what we need from the Most High, man. We're not, and we don't, when we're out there teaching, out where we're supposed to be out on the streets, not in a temple made of stone, right? We're not asking for money, man. We're not asking for money. We're out there, just trying to do what we've been compelled to do through the Spirit. Which is, learn this word and teach this word, man, and not for filthy lucre's sake. Let's get that one, man. That's what he's doing. He doesn't care about he doesn't care about his congregation, man. Where is it now? Oh yeah. Right, I'll start at verse 7. This is Titus 1:7. It says, "For a bishop must be blameless as the steward of the Most High, not self-willed, not soon angry, not given to wine, no striker, not given to filthy lucre," right? Which is dirty money, man. Basically, it's dirty money. That's what he's taking. He's taking the people's money who can't even afford it. Well, where's the woman getting $1,000 from, man? Where's she getting $2,000 from to just put on his plate? And how often a month is he asking for that? What is it, every week? Is it every 2 weeks? Is it every month? That's why he's going to get destroyed, man. Right? It says, "By a lover of hospitality, a lover of good men, sober, just, holy, temperate, holding fast the faithful word as he hath been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine to both exhort and to convince the gainsayers." And that's not one of them guys, man. Alright? Verse 10 says, "For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers." That's him. Alright? "Especially they of the circumcision," which is really, Israelites, man. But we have that spiritual circumcision, that spiritual baptism, as well as, not every brother does, let's just say that for real, but as well as the physical, and that we do that, because we're commanded to, and it's faith, man. It says, "Whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses." Right, that's what he's doing, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake. And he's a dirty bastard, man. I'm just going to say it as it is. Look at this guy, man. Sickening.
Thanks, God. And today, I was moved because I recognize that some of us never thought that we would stand up and give with glee and joy as if it was $1 and it'd be $1,000.
This is unbelievable.
Somebody to get up and give God praise because he brought you from a mighty...
Yeah, they're under the spirit of Satan. They're under the spirit of just confusion and deception. Was it Enoch that exchanged a stirred debate? Was he wrong to correct her publicly? Or was the member wrong for not following the stated appeal? That doesn't sound like an appeal, man. He said that's not what he told her to do. That's not an appeal. That's an order. And I wonder, and I'm not accusing him, but I wonder if he's even been, jumping around with his rod around with these women, man. You know what these guys are like. They can't be trusted, man. I'm not going to listen to any more of him anyway, man. Let's just get on with the scriptures. There's 1,000,001 of him out there, man. Deceiving the masses. Thank you, Habba Shamir Shah. We are not deceived like that, man. Right. Jeremiah 5:3 says, O Lord, are not thine eyes upon the truth? Thou hast stricken them, but they have not grieved. Thou hast consumed them, but they have not received to receive. They have received. But they have refused to receive correction. They have made their faces harder than a rock. They have refused to return. That's our people, man. When we're out there telling them, we could be standing up on the street corner telling them, yeah, your pastor's lying to you. The Lord's name is not Jesus. The Most High's name is not God. Israelites are so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans and Mexicans, and whatever you want to say. The Edomites are the white man who's the devil, and they're your enemy. And we can tell them all that. And we can also tell them that you're not supposed to be paying your pastor thousands of dollars every month or however often he's asking. And they'd run us up the street if they could, man. All we're out here trying to do is tell. We're not even trying to tell them like that. We're calling that to the elect. Let me just roll that back a little bit. We're out here calling out to the elect, but there's been occasions where people come up who aren't of the elect and have tried to challenge this, man. Not us, but the Most High. They run up in the church and hand over all their money. We're not asking nobody for money, though, man. Right? We have received donations before. I'll say that, not to put too much business out there, but it happens. I'm saying we as a whole collective GMS, it happens, man. We don't ask for it, but people, there's people that believe in what we're saying, man, and they want to, help us. There's nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, the Lord put the Spirit on him to do so. And there's mercy for them that do that, man. I can't remember the scripture, but verse 4 says, Therefore I said, surely these are poor, they are foolish, they know not the way of the Lord, nor the judgment of their power. It says, and that's the point, because they don't know the ways of the Lord. If they did, they'd be questioning why their pastor is asking them for, $2,000. What's he going to do? I mean, if everybody in that place gave him $2,000, what does he need all that much for? I mean, I don't even know how many there was in that congregation. Let's assume, right, let's do a bit of math. Let's just say there was 200 people, because that was a big church, man. There's a lot of people there, right? It's not hard to work this out. Let's just say he was to get what he asked for. Alright, let's even be generous. Not even 200. Let's say it's 100 people in that church, and they all gave him 2,000. That's $200,000, man. That's near $250,000. What's he doing with that money, man? They don't even concern themselves with that. They honestly think that them handing over the money to him, right, is going to get them some blessings from the Most High. They really think that the Most High is working through this man. There's nothing about him that says that. He's not teaching them anything. He's not teaching them who they are. He's not teaching them the future prophecies. Right? He's not teaching them who the enemy is. He's not teaching the prophecies. Even if he's not teaching them anything else, he's not teaching them the prophecies, man. Now we're in the last day, man. We're in it. Right now they're formulating, they're plotting and scheming, building that infrastructure for the MOTB, man. It's happening. But he's talking to them like they got years on this earth, man. Another 50 years to be prosperous. What, so you're going to be prosperous here and then prosperous in the kingdom? Makes no sense, man. And may the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai destroy these devils, man. What am I doing? Am I in the right place? No, I'm not. What am I doing? It's like here's what we want. Numbers, not Leviticus. How bad. So here's the laws, man. This is how it's supposed to work, and we don't even go by these laws, really. Look, we, to the best of our abilities, try to, tithe our apostles, man, because they're men of age and they need, I don't want to say they need it like that, but that's our duty. Let's just say it like that. That is our duty to, support these men who have laboured in this truth. And there's Levites among them. Right, it says Numbers 18:21, it says, "And behold, I have given the children of Levi all the tenth in Israel for an inheritance, for their service which they serve, even the service of the tabernacle of the congregation." Right? So it says, "Neither must the children of Israel henceforth come nigh to the tabernacle of the congregation, lest they bear sin and die." So that's just for the Levites, man. Right, but the Levites shall do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, and they shall bear their iniquity. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations, and among the children of Israel they have no inheritance. That with the new covenant with Yahweh Shai, that's changed. But reading on, it says, "But the tithes of the children of Israel, which they offer as an heave offering unto the Lord, I have given to the Levites to inherit. Therefore I have said unto them, among the children of Israel they shall have no inheritance." So let me get to the point. It says, "Thus speak," verse 26 says, "Thus speaking," let me just read that properly from 25. "And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Thus speak unto the Levites, and say unto them, When ye take of the children of Israel the tithes which I have given you from them for your inheritance, then ye shall offer up an heave offering of it for the Lord, even a tenth part of the tithe." Right, so do you think that do you think that man is offering up anything to the Lord, man? That's going straight in his deep pockets and into his fat bank account, right? But he's dealing with his children, man. That's basically what's happening. He's dealing with fools, man. I'm gonna get a couple more scriptures maybe and call it a day, but right, let's just get this. Where is it? I'll just get to the point. It's Isaiah 29 says, "For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, hath he covered." So that covers everything. Covers everyone. It covers the congregation. It covers the so-called man of the Lord. Like, he's a devil, man. Yeah, he's a devil, and he ain't gonna repent. I'm just gonna say that, man. It's not for me to decide that, but that's my belief. Alright? That's my belief. Because men like him generally don't. He's already fit for destruction, man. But listen, the Lord can have mercy on who he will have mercy on, man. Hosea 4:6 says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing hast thou forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children." Right. Let's get a couple more, man. Let's get one of these demonic preachers, man. And to ask the question whether he was right or wrong to rebuke her, what sort of stupidness is that, man? That's not even the question. The question is he right to be asking for $2,000? And he said how his greed. She had 1,200, man. She said she's going to hold the other 800, get the other 800 for you. Right, she just said, hold that 12 and I'll get you the other 800. And you, with your greedy self, you couldn't hold that. Embarrassing. It's embarrassing all round. Jeremiah 14:14, it says, "Then the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem said unto me, the prophets prophesy lies in my name. I sent them not, neither have I commanded them, neither spake unto them. They prophesy unto you a false vision and divination, and a thing of naught, and the deceit of their heart." And let's get one more. It's in Jeremiah anyway, so wait, what am I doing? Let's go back. Jeremiah 23, this will be the last one, I made the point. Jeremiah 23:1, it says, "Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord Yahweh. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock, and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith the Lord. So that's what's coming for these men, and this just goes to show they don't believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. They don't understand the scriptures, and they don't fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because they wouldn't be doing this in His name, or in the name that they think is His name. Alright? So Lord will edify, man. You know, destruction is soon coming for these. These are the same guys that will teach their congregation. You know, they won't teach them about the MOTB and all of that, Jacob's Trouble, the World War III, all that stuff. They won't teach them that, but they'll teach them 100% that they'll teach them to take that MOTB. I guarantee you this. They'll be up in them churches with their 501c3 charter, you know, giving them half-truths and telling them, yeah, they're the same guys that told them to take the CD19 juice. You know, so they're definitely going to tell the congregation, yeah, it's alright, take the MOTB, you'll be fine. It ain't. They'll be telling them it's not the MOTB, just like a lot of these guys in Israel doing that. But destruction's coming for them, man. Us at GMS, man, we keep it, you know, all the way to the truth, you know. You know, we're not here to deceive you, we're not here to take your money, we're just here to do the work of the Lord, man. Right? And that is why we are hated. Because we're the only ones that stand on what we say. We stand on it, man, and we stand firmly for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Alright, there's no wavering, and you know, that's not to say that there's never been any fallouts. That's not to get in, you know, I'm not going to start bringing anyone's name up or anything, but yeah, that happens, man. Alright, we're not saying that, you know, every member of GMS is perfect and there's never been any, you know, wrongdoings, but when it comes to the doctrine and what we try to teach, or what we do teach, it's all done in truth and in sincerity, man. Alright, those bug outs and those ones that go off, those are there for our learning, man, for an example of what not to do. So that's why you got to pray, you got to stay humble, man. You know, Psalms 51. Anyway, man, with that, you know, Lord will edifying, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Hashem Ruach. Double honors goes out to the apostles again, and the elder bishops. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect, and to the great multitude destined for salvation, man. You know, Shalom.